Sometimes you might be at 16th and Mission Poetry Slam and you see this woman and she's reading this poem and she's crying. And you might think about her. And then you don't see her for a year until one Sunday you're in Dolores Park and you're sitting with her and she's talking to you. And you don't know her, but you knew that she was gonna come back to you because gypsies always do. 1. I'd tattoo solar plexus onto your chest, tagging your skin to the vibration of needle pinpricks like bombing the side of a subway car. And I'd crawl inside you like a gothic tower and you'd still be branded. And I'd tattoo amethyst onto your ribcage and the cursive letters would dig into your bone and you'd rub dirty fingertips along the grooves. 2. You'd think of crystals and how you'd clean them with moonlight after you kissed the base of my throat, scraped my skin with calcite. I'd suck on tourmaline for healing till it drained all salt from my body. And you'd use my skin to stretch canvases and paint watercolor landscapes onto my stomach and suns onto my chest and moons into my labia with silver paint. It fades against human flesh, but when stretched, it turns parched. And I'd settle for a plywood cross. Dress me in white linen stained with pomegranate seeds that you found in meadows of Poland. And I could sing you into a sound from between my phantom wings. Are you tired, Roma, from wandering? Like fingertips moving along prayer beads, shouting Hail Marys into the starving sea. Tell me, Roma, can I make you sacred like your prayer shawl of silk weave? 3. In a wedding dress, you fell backwards, started speaking in tongues that were cut into the sky, branded hieroglyphics, and you thought to birth children. But instead, let me flip tarot cards onto the base of your throat. Then let me sculpt you into a consecrated icon, and when you plucked iris petals with your mouth, I saw your eyes. And my God, I cried. 4. Sometimes I ask you if I can count the tree rings round your eyelids. Count your age in nature, tap into your turquoise politics of the river, and then I told you, in what words I do not know but the truth. The soil is where you would stretch your limbs, Roma. When they come to hear you fight with bodied movements, they will wrap their wrists in rose stems and hope that you settle into solid ground. Enough so your legs become ivy and your feet stretch roots into the earth's chest cavity and you sit still on the edge of the river sanctuary and you whisper like a scorpion an ancient prayer hymn, and the moon takes your song and reveals herself to you. I burn Palo Santo because the shamans call it holy wood. And I call myself brother like they do on mountaintops where orange-draped spirits carve hyro into tree trunks. Do you want me to make you holy? Would you carry around raw ocho gemstones in your pockets if you knew that it meant you could eat without feeling guilty? And I tried purging on words that sacrifice demons. And I played fiddle to some magnolias. Tied ribbons around these taste buds, and I wonder how the monks in the Angkor region of Asia felt about food. I wonder if they kept diaries counting calories, or skipped meals as if the hollowness of their stomachs wasn't to feel closer to a higher power, but to feel as thin as the bones that structure them. And I come from California. And I come from a place where women think that skinny is a compliment. And front lawns are littered with silicone, and you can't find your front doorstep without tripping over the fault line of superficial beauty. And I say that my parents raised me right, to think outside the boundaries of the pressure peers put on me, but that's not to say that when mainstream media and classmates told me that a size 16 was ugly, I couldn't help but remove myself completely. Let tally mark scratches on my hip bones become distracting. so I could focus on trying to find the one thing to gag me and spit up day-old Adderall to reverse words like, "You fucking fatty." And I still refer to food as the biggest demon to ever chase me. But those trials are slowly sinking below me, and I see progress on the daily of women creating goddesses out of their bodies as it should be. And I still call myself brother, like they do perched on mountaintops, just observing the delicate efforts we put into self-destructing. And I still pick at my food with wooden spoons that I carved out of Palo Santo. And I burn it because the smoke rings bring mean clarity, and my gut isn't so much sunken as it used to be, and it brings me back to that place in California where I'm from. And I can envision a forest made out of real bodies. And I can envision never again speaking the words they hate me because of what they see. And I've learned that beauty can be manifested by the power of believing that skin deep is so far from the reality of me. So I'll burn Palo Santo. So I'll burn holy wood for you if you'd like to see me, and I'll tell you some stories about trees and fallen leaves. And we'll eat the letters and consonants off the plate. And yeah, we'll eat, and yeah, we'll drink, and yeah, we'll finally be merry. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome.